All right, so the main idea of this video is in the title. Have other people work on your music. That's it. That's all the video is. Not anything more complicated than that, but we are going to go into a little more depth. Hey, I'm Isaac Schanno Johnson. If you don't know me, I'm a musician, composer, producer, and I make videos about all that fun stuff, music composition, music production. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to see videos like this in the future. So have other people work on your music. What do I mean by this? Well, for me personally, I have one of my friends, Nick Calapine, information in the description, master all of my music. I have him master all of my music that I've released so far. And I have a couple different reasons why I have somebody do this. I've also had people play piano on stuff of mine. I've asked people for advice with mixing or designing synths or playing piano or bass or something, right? I've had lots of people play different instruments like violin when people were doing recording sessions in person. I've had different people work on my music in lots of different ways. So I think it's really useful if you have the resources and or if you can afford it. And I have some pretty specific reasons why. Let's get into them. First reason why I think you should have other people work on your music is that they'll be more objective than you will because it's not as personal to them. If this is a piece of music that you're producing yourself in your DAW, then you've probably heard the piece of music like 300 times. It's really personal to you because you wrote it, you're proud of it, you're proud of different sections and different things that you've done in the music. You have all of these attachments to the music. The person that's mastering it, or the person that's mixing it, or the person that's playing guitar over it won't. They won't have all those attachments. And I think that's exactly why you want somebody to add to it. They're going to think, how does this compare to other music I've heard? How does this sound compared to music that I listen to? How does this sound compared to music in this same genre? They're going to be thinking more objectively from a farther back standpoint about the music. And that's what'll make their input useful. Next thing is that person will add other ears to the music, more style. So you have your own style for the music. You've written it, you've produced it, you've composed it, whatever it is. You have your own style, your own things that you bring to the music, your own things that you want to add to the music, that you want the music to sound like at the end. This other person that's working on it will have different things, regardless of whether it's the same genre or not that they make. If they always make music that's electronic music and you always make music that's electronic music, they won't be making the same type of electronic music as you. So when they come to your music and add to it, mix it, master it, add a synth or whatever it is, they'll be adding these different ideas that aren't your own ideas. Because let's be honest, as much as I want to be able to think of everything, you can't think of everything. So let that person help. Let that person add to it, right? That person will bring these other ideas to the music, spice it up, add different flavors into the music that wouldn't be there because you wouldn't have thought of them. Let's get into some examples of how we can do this. So the main two examples I have are mixing and mastering. Mixing and mastering are two very important pieces of the music making process that can, in a lot of ways, change the overall feel of a song. So if you can get one of your friends to mix or master it, definitely highly recommend it because they're going to be changing the music, adding to the music in this way that you wouldn't normally think to do. Definitely goes with mixing, definitely goes with mastering, because they're going to be thinking about the music from a larger standpoint than just, here's this song that I want to release that I am proud of. They're going to be thinking, how does this size up compared to other pieces of music that I've heard? Another thing you can do is just ask your friends for some comments. Get other ears listening to the music. Ask them about a certain part of it. Ask them about certain instruments, certain ideas. If they're musicians, it'll be a little easier to get useful comments, I'm gonna be honest, because you can be more specific. You can ask your friend, hey, does this sound boomy? And they'll know what that means. If you ask somebody that's not a musician, that doesn't make music, that doesn't do anything related to music, hey, does this sound boomy? The first thing they're gonna ask is, what does boomy mean? So get some other ears for comment. Sometimes it might just mean you show it to somebody and they're like, cool, it sounds like David Bowie. Fine, that's the comment you got. It's still good to get other feedback about your music, even if it's something that's not necessarily something to change. One thing that can help with this is if you have a teacher, show them your music, get comments on it. But if you don't have a teacher to give you comments, ask for your friends. This is one of the things that I am really happy that I was able to get music lessons and guitar lessons from an early age, and that I was able to go to music school and go to such a good music school, as I got all of these useful comments all the time about my music, about different things to change or different suggestions for what to do in different situations, which were honestly more what I wanted to write than what I wrote. So sometimes the comments, depending on who's giving them, can be incredibly useful because you're thinking of this certain thing and maybe you wrote something that's not necessarily that idea. The person listening to it, if they have this other backstory, this other background knowledge, can give you comments about that specific thing that help you go more in the direction you want to go than you went. Get other people to listen to your music, give you feedback on music. It can be super useful because it can help you make even better music than you made before. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something about music. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.